Hi everyone, Sweet Leet Roll here with another Call of Duty Collector Construction Sets Mega Bloks review for you guys. This time we got the Desert Outpost. It is for ages 10 and up and comes with 79 pieces.
Let's rock!
Alright, so let's get right down to it. The main appeal of this set is that it is different. It's not the usual kind of sets we are used to getting. See, with Call of Duty Mega Bloks, it's very easy for them to create vehicle sets. Call of Duty being a game set in relatively modern times, most of the time. There's lots of modern vehicles that they can make, and that you are encouraged as a consumer to buy lots of to build up your armies. This set here, though, is a nice change of pace, as it instead, very obviously, creates kind of a structure. As the name suggests, it's a desert outpost, but more accurately, it's a desert war-torn ruin. I would say, given my extensive knowledge of the Call of Duty games, and believe me kids, that's not an achievement, this set looks like it's trying its best to replicate a certain scene from Call of Duty Black Ops 2, namely the, I think it's the third mission in the game. It's a 1986 flashback. Where Woods and Mason have to travel to the magical land of Afghanistan to fight off evil pesky Russians from the Mujahideen soldiers. So this set clearly sets out to create kind of this old Afghan style architecture that has been torn apart by war. So the main arch is, nicely enough, very large, and you can fit a minifigure through that. No problem. I'll move this red barrel out of the way, which I will get to in a second. As you can see here, they've taken some of these 1x4 bricks and moved them slightly over to create things like holes in the wall and unevenness in the brick structure, again to give it that sort of war-torn look. Personally, if this was up to me, I would just move that back over because I am OCD, and seeing stuff like that really bothers me when I know all I have to do is just take that and move it over. Anyway, so that's the arch. They use a special piece right there. No, that's not 2D print. I will rotate that so you can see. That actually is little 3D parts coming out of this archway to create that extra texture, which is just something that Mega Bloks does from time to time. Puts the extra effort into things. Who am I kidding? Mega Bloks does that all the time. Every one of their sets always includes this really kind of cool design element, whether it be this or textures on another piece. You can always count on Mega Bloks to do what they do really well. Anyway, moving on. Next to the arch, we have this little window here. Nothing too special, but again, is just large enough for a guy to stick his machine gun through there and use it as an entrenched position to fight off pesky Russian soldiers. Let's put him aside again. Come back here.
You will not escape!
Okay, so this set is actually unique in that I'm pretty sure it's the only Call of Duty Mega Bloks set to include this. Now, if you don't know what this is the thing that you shoot in games that blows people up in spectacular fashion. This is it from the back, and yeah, that ladder just broke off, so I'll put that back there. So, Mega Bloks has done this from time to time, and I know I just went ahead and praised them, and I'm totally going to go back on that right now by saying they really only make these sets for, box art covers, because once you flip it around to the side that they don't show you on the front of the box, you see it's more like a dollhouse in the fact that it's really highly detailed on the front, but in the back there's really nothing. I mean, you could argue that, yeah, there's this little wooden platform that you can take this oddly red ladder up to, which you can use as an elevated sniper's post. But it's really, there's nothing special to see on the back. Just places to put your guys. Now, move on to the bottom here. Comes with two kind of sandy earth-colored base plates. As I was kind of taking apart before, you can see it comes with sandbags. So it comes with 6 earth-colored sandbags. And then a very rare piece of barbed wire. Now, I'm pretty sure the only other sets you can get this barbed wire piece in are the World War II sets, as well as the zombie sets. But it's always nice to see barbed wire in these sets. and it's never nice to see it in real life. Here you can see they've done some texture by adding a pretty unique 2x, oh gee, I'm gonna guess that's about 8. I've never seen this in a set before. They only give you 1, but it would be nice to give you 2, just for some symmetry. It's different in the fact that it's the only kind of concrete colored brick. They do this to great effect to show that it isn't just one big sandy hut, that it's actually a building that's composited of several different materials, which I really like. Speaking of symmetry though, we do have 2 smaller versions right here next to this window. The walls of this, I will remove the ladder again, they're not just dotted like most of the other things. If you've watched my reviews before, you'll see that Mega Bloks has a real passion for dotting all of their materials and textures with these kind of little patterns right here. But here they actually chose a really interesting method of kind of almost staining it in dark and white. Yeah, I don't know, I guess that'd be the best way to describe it. They stain it.
Like the Mountain Dew stains on your My Little Pony shirt, you nerd.
So here is the one minifigure the set comes with. As you can see, he is armed with a light machine gun, which they were nice enough to include a bipod for. They don't do that with all their sets, but occasionally they will include this little bipod piece with snipers and light machine. Oh, as you can see right there, actually, I just noticed this, but it's got a little hole right there, and in case any of you were wondering, that little hole does in fact attach to these little studs for carrying stuff with, so you can always put that there. I don't know why you'd want to put that there, but hey, everyone's different. So light machine gun is his primary weapon, and this is also pretty interesting. They included a secondary weapon for him, which is just the generic base pistol, which I assume is kind of modeled after a Desert Eagle with a little front end here, so you can put a suppressor piece on it. Usually what I do with these pistols after I'm done filming these reviews is just chop off that so it actually looks like a real Desert Eagle or other such similar pistol, but it's just my personal preferences. Getting on to the guy himself, we'll start from the boots and work our way up. So his legs here are all one consistent brown color, nothing too special here. He comes with a kind of desert beige leg strap and a desert beige pack. His shirt here that he's wearing is a little darker. I would say it's a more earthly beige kind of color. And then he comes with this, I guess it would be described as an FDE colored kind of vest. On his chest piece there, you see he comes with a magazine. That magazine is an alternative for the belt or the belt box that the light machine gun has. Personally, I use the belt box every time because a light machine gun with a magazine and Mega Bloks looks kind of goofy. And finally, we'll get to his helmet. Now his helmet is probably the coolest part because, as you can see, his goggles he's got are actually tinted. I wouldn't be able to describe the exact color of it right off my head, but I'll let the visuals speak for themselves. It's not a very common sight, no pun intended, that you get guys with that kind of eye gear in these Mega Bloks sets, but it's always cool that I have one now. Other than that, he's got a basic green helmet, basic green face mask. This headpiece right here, not the color or this one specifically, but just this style of headpiece, is probably my favorite out of every single one of the Mega Bloks sets. That's enough time spent on this little piece of plastic. Let's wrap this up. Alright, so that is the Desert Outpost set review. Now, if you like this video...
Mit 7 Tage 20 jetzt